So I've got myself a 2010 Nissan Frontier, it's my personal vehicle. Had it in heavy tow over the summer, and it blew an axle seal on me, like it would often do if you're overloading it. And I had a lot of trouble with the literature on this one. A lot of people were telling me different things, conflicting information. The Haynes repair manual for this model year truck is based on a truck that's actually about 4 years older than it, and the design has changed considerably because Nissan changed and re-engineered the Frontier design in 2009. The Haynes repair manual is for a Nissan Frontier Xterra from 2004, 2006. One of the two. I got the book in the office and I'm not going to bother looking at it. But anyways, the picture diagram, everything like that is pretty much wrong, and since I couldn't find it on YouTube, I figured I'd actually show you all what I did in order to get this out. So the dealership wanted to drop the entire rear end, break the pinion bolts at the differential, drop the whole thing, and replace it. They said it was the most economical and time-efficient method of doing that, in the tune of something like $3,500. Didn't really want to spend $3 grand, so I bought the $490 axle shaft assembly for this side from the dealership for about $490 or something like that. I might have just said that. And it comes with everything, as you can kind of see. I've got the old one lying out next to it, and if you want it done right, take it to the dealer. So my information from both the Haynes manual and Advanced Auto is completely wrong on this one. They actually sold me a like a $12 axle seal that has nothing to do with this particular assembly. When you look real close at the exact new part, everything is all included. So this is all one piece, from the ABS rotor to the actual hub plate itself, and the shaft heading down the way. But this is all pressed on, clamped on, done out of the factory. So we've got the mounting plate, the axle shaft lock, the bearing in its entirety. Both the cup and the cone are there, and I think they're stuck together with grease or something. I haven't really tried to pull it apart. Obviously the old one fell apart when I took it out, but that's been soaked in hub oil for so long I'm not surprised. And then this right here, this 3-rib sucker, is the actual axle seal itself. And if you see, it's got perfect nice 3 ribs. Been completely obliterated. I found a lot of the original material still stuck in the bore of the axle assembly itself. When I pulled the bearing cone out, it all kind of came out with it, but I'm still kind of working on cleaning it up. To pull this thing out was a relatively straightforward procedure, believe it or not, even if it was a total pain in the neck. You basically take everything apart, take the brake rotor drum assembly off, pull the parking brakes pieces out, take the ABS sensor out, which is just held in with one little bolt stuck through the back side of this little hole here. Comes in at an angle, but you got to pull it because it's in the way of the mounting flange is going to just wreck it as it comes out, so you don't want that still in there. And then put everything else aside, and then attached a Advanced Auto slide hammer, and it took me about 60 strikes to get this to pull. It was not an easy, like, 6 hits and it's out sort of thing. And actually, I had to heat it. I had to heat the bottom of the axle sleeve itself in order to get a little bit of expansion, just to get the stupid thing to freaking separate. But it was in there. It was stuck as could be, and it's probably because the axle seal itself had melted and destroyed. So it was probably actually holding it in there. Probably had grooved itself out and was not letting go. So that was a thing. But after about 60 hits or so, the whole thing pulled out. Left the bearing cone still in the axle sleeve, so I had to pull that out with a bearing hook. Same slide hammer business. It took 2 people to do because it likes to jump out of position. But so now, after I finish cleaning all the grease up on this thing and see what I can do about cleaning this up, this actually feels pretty dang smooth at this point. And I was kind of concerned, I still got some roughness there, that I might try a little brief wet sand with some 2000 grit or something like that to try to clean it up a little bit more, because it's the surface that the axle seal sits on. So if the axle seal isn't sitting on a good surface, it's still going to leak, and all my work is going to be for nothing. So obviously, once I get the shaft back in, I got to replace the parking brake pads. I got to hose down the brake and drum assembly, and then I got to put new actual service brake pads on this truck, because these suckers are porous, as most friction material is. There's a little bit of porosity to it, and once it's soaked in oil, it's fucking useless. It's gone. It's just trash. Throw it out. There's no way you're going to be able to recover those. So you got to start over from scratch. Yeah. Oh, and for anybody who's curious what the heck that thing is, that's a Timbrum rubber spring assister. It basically replaced the bump stop and I use it because the truck is in heavy tow so often. It kind of has started to max out my suspension. You can see the leaf spring is pretty much horizontal at this point from spring fatigue. Eventually I'll get that replaced, but not today. Today is just this. Sweet.